Alright, Junpei.
Okay, everybody's here. I'd like your undivided attention. For a long time, Mitsuru and Akihiko were the only persona users we had. But that number recently jumped to 5.
So Yukari must not have joined in much earlier than we did.
Therefore, starting tonight at 12 a.m., I'd like to commence the exploration of Tartarus.
Sorry, I asked this yesterday, but what's this Tartarus thing again?
You know, that's honestly a good question.
You haven't seen it, Junpei?
Well, I haven't either.
It's no surprise.
I honestly don't exactly do much wandering around during the dark hour.
Since it only appears during the dark hour.
Well, when the rest of the world is the same, one thing that appears only during the dark hour kind of stands out as being important and having something to do with the dark hour. Makes sense to me.
The dark hour?
Man, Junpei, you haven't learned nothing yet.
Just like the shadows. Interesting, huh?
Get on the ball, dude.
And it's the perfect place for us to train.
You're alright.
You can think of it as a shadow nest.
Whoa. Their nest, huh?
But, Senpai, what about your injury?
Since Akihiko hasn't fully recovered yet, he'll only come as far as the entrance.
Spoil sport.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm sure he won't complain, as long as you don't go too far in. Since we're dealing with shadows, Tartarus isn't something we can avoid.
Relax, I've got your backs.
Sure you do.
I'm not so sure about this.
What about you, Mr. Chairman?
I'll stay here. As you know, I can't summon a persona.
This is actually an interesting note. Not everyone that exists that can be during the dark hour isn't necessarily a persona user. It's like 2 layers of you've gotta be alright with this stuff.
This is it? This is the place? Why here?
Just wait a few minutes. It's almost midnight.
This is the front gate to the school, isn't it?
This is Tartarus, the labyrinth that reveals itself during the dark hour.
Labyrinth? What are you talking about? What happened to our school?
Good question. We don't know.
Once the dark hour passes, everything returns to normal.
This is the nest you were talking about? But why? Why'd our school turn into a giant tower? You don't know either?
Well, that's kind of what we're here to find out.
No.
I'm sure it's complicated.
Very complicated.
Who cares anyway? It's not like it would change our minds about fighting.
Well, maybe now we'll find out. Mitsuru and I have only gone in to take a peek. This'll be our first time exploring it. Exciting, isn't it?
A little.
There has to be some sort of clue in here about the Dark Hour.
Akihiko, I respect your enthusiasm, but you won't be accompanying us today.
I know, I know.
I know, you don't have to remind me.
Thank you.
Whoa. It's just as cool on the inside.
But it sure is creepy.
This is only the entrance. The labyrinth lies beyond the doorway at the top of the stairs.
First we'll have you three get a feel for this place. Why don't you go have a look around?
What? By ourselves?
We're not asking you to go very far. And I'll be feeding you information from here.
So you two didn't plan on coming in the first place?
Didn't they tell us that already?
That's right. We're also going to appoint a leader to make any necessary decisions.
For real? One of us? Oh, me, pick me.
Anybody who responds that way is not going to be a good leader.
You're in charge.
But wait, why him? He doesn't look like a leader.
Well, to be honest, look what competition I have. And to be honest, as well, if Akihiko weren't injured, Akihiko would be leader.
But he has fought them before.
Seriously?
That's true, but there's another reason. You two. Can you summon your persona without any difficulties like he can?
Man, I was frickin' eager.
Yeah, of course I can.
I think so.
These are shadows we're talking about here. Without your persona, you're screwed.
Really, we're a tactical leader, just for on the moment, in the moment, on the battlefield. And really, Yukari's kind of unsure of herself still. And Junpei's... Junpei.
I'm aware of that.
Whereas we fought him and we just straight up said, alright, I gotta do this and kill this guy and do this and I'm good. And it just so happened to actually fit the door.
I've been waiting for you.
You are creepy, good sir. That's probably what you're going for, so I'd just like you to know you're doing a pretty successful job.
The time has come for you to wield your power. The tower that you are about to venture into. How did it come to be? For what purpose does it exist? Regrettably, you are not yet capable of answering these questions.
It's what we're here for, though.
That is why you must be made aware of the nature of your power. Your power is unique.
But you also share it with like 3 other people.
It's like the number 0. It's empty, but at the same time holds infinite possibilities. You, my boy, are able to possess multiple personas and summon them as needed. And when you have defeated your enemies, you will see the faces of possibility before you. There may be times when they are difficult to grasp, but do not fear. Seize what you have earned. Your power will grow accordingly. Be sure to keep that in mind. My spare time will soon be scarce.
The crap are you doing with your free time, Igor? Just wandering around looking creepy?
But please, come again of your own accord. I'll tell you then about my true role, the manner in which I can best assist you. Until then, farewell.
I do like that it said that we can possess multiple personas. And I believe he says later on that each persona that we encounter is another persona that we contain within ourselves. Another facet of our own being. There are over 170, I think the number was. But I like the idea that we just had this many personas in us. We just kinda did. And even the first time we summoned our persona, we didn't have one available, so just of the 170, Orpheus was the one that said, okay, somebody's gotta step up, so I'm stepping up. Like that we just naturally have that many different personas in us already.
Hey, are you all right?
Yeah, what's up? You look like a zombie.
I'm doing pretty alright, really.
Don't tell me you just dozed off. You're like that coach who fell asleep during the championship game. Come on, man. You're supposed to be our leader.
Cut him some slack. If nothing's wrong, then let's get going.
That does also go to say what happens when you actually go in the Velvet Room. It's a place that exists between reality and the subconscious. It's almost like you're dreaming. So your body stays here, and when you go through that door, really you're just venturing into the realm of minds. Oh man, I got a menu! Okay, all up until now in the game, the triangle button did not open a menu. I got a menu. Holy crap, I got a menu. Now that we are here, this is the base of Tartarus, and we'll be seeing this plenty. Right here, you can go up these stairs to actually enter Tartarus. We've also got Junpei and Yukari over here. They're already in our party. Also got Mitsuru and Akihiko. And a bike. Okay, whatever. And then this odd little clock thing is actually a save point. As you gain more party members and things happen, eventually this place will fill out. This green thing here is not operational, but I suppose I'll give minor spoilers and say it's a teleporter that can actually teleport you farther up the tower. This tower is big and is pretty much the only place that you will be playing in the dark hour. Unlike Persona 4, where you went into various dungeons, here Tartarus is the only dungeon. And this is a form of fast travel to skip your way up the tower to skip past all the stuff you've already done. No point in running up 200 floors if you've already done it just to get to the part you're actually at. That said, I do believe it is time to call it a break. I think one last thing that I'll mention is it may seem as though us as a player have kind of been thrown into things very quickly with very little understanding of what's going on and what our role is and what we're even doing. Especially when comparing to something like Persona 4, where you started out with just 1-2 people and slowly built up your group as you became more familiar and got to know people. Here you were just kind of tossed together. And that's intentional. You see, we were just tossed in here. We've not had time to get to know anyone. These two over here, we don't know. We're not friends. We have barely spoken. I guess us and Junpei are maybe a little bit of a friend, but that's the thing. In here, nobody in here knows each other or is friends with each other, and they've got to get along with each other. They were tossed into this just the same. And it's really only through the course of the game do they get to know not only you, but each other. Can I go behind this staircase? Yes, I can. So until next time, everyone, we stand at the base of Tartarus. Next time, we're going to climb up and see what happens. And we're going to get to the meat of the gameplay. There's also the life sim part, and we'll be getting to that too. So the meat of the gameplay in more ways than one. Until next time, everyone.